swivel chair. Swivel chairs, swivel chairs, swivel chairs. Hi, it's yesterday again. I know well, you may have not known, but to me, it's been a while. I was scheduled to actually put out content like about a week ago, and I realized that I did not have the time to actually put that together. So, life update, I have relocated back home to Nigeria. Relocated to Nigeria, but then the past couple of weeks, the last video that I recorded, I mentioned 2 books that I was going to read and put out my thoughts on those videos by the time I was done. One was Everything I Never Told You, and the other one was No One Is Coming to Save Us. So unfortunately, because of my time constraints and just like putting things together, packing, and just like tying loose ends here and there, I did not have time to actually finish both of those books. So one of them, they were all due, but I knew that I couldn't even like go through with one of them, so I had to return No One Is Coming to Save Us, and even Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I never got to finish it. I don't know. I need help here, people. I don't know how you guys, if anyone can give me a hack on how to read a book within a scheduled time, or just to enjoy it without actually feeling a lot of pressure. And if you have, if life is just coming at you really fast and it's very busy, how do you still stay in and just enjoy what you enjoy doing? I would appreciate a hack on how you go about doing that. So I couldn't finish it, but I have it's exciting news for me. So I downloaded this app called Hoopla. I downloaded it sometime during the Christmas holidays, and when I found it, I was really so excited. So I went through Hoopla and I searched for Everything I Never Told You, and guess what? It was on the platform. I was so happy. Okay, I think I'm getting too excited, but really, I was just so excited. I was like, yes, because I definitely could not take the book with me, because obviously it belongs to my library, and then that would be, I'm just going to, whoever is going to need the book, that's like a disadvantage to that person. So I was so excited when I found it on Hoopla. I just knew that, okay, yes, since I'm not going to have access to all these libraries for, a while, I don't know how long, but yes, I was so happy. Yes. So Hoopla, let me just give information, like for those of you that do not know what Hoopla is. Hoopla is like this online or mobile, because they have a mobile app as well. It's an online public library that is connected to several libraries across the US and Canada as well. And so it's connected to these libraries, and all you just need to be able to use the app is just to have a public library card from any of these libraries, or any one of the like sister libraries to your own library, and that's it. You have access to music, ebooks, audiobooks, TV series, I believe, documentaries, all the things that you would usually have access to at your public library, all the things that are not physical really, but that you can still have access to at your public library. So it's an amazing app, really. And when I found that book, I knew that, yeah, this was gonna work. So I don't know if that's just for the US and Canada, but if anyone knows of any other apps that are similar, because it has apps or online services that you can borrow books from and listen to other things from. I also found this book that I stumbled on at Barnes & Noble that I was trying to read. It's You're a Badass by Jen Sincero, if I'm pronouncing it right. I found that book. I read like a few pages and I was like, yes, I definitely need to read this book. And guess what? I found it on Hoopla. So I've been listening to that like on my trip here and all too. So yeah, so if you know of any similar apps, please just let me know. Put it in the comments. Share with, there's love in sharing. Sharing is caring. Please let us all know. Put us on to the plug. So yeah, apart from that, other updates. So other updates. While I was packing and moving stuff, I went to the thrift store. Yes, I went to the thrift store. I don't know, there's just a stigma that people have surrounding people shopping from this thrift store and all. But guess what? I went to the thrift store and I found me some books. Like 4 books, really. But, guess what? And they were each, well, for the hardcover, it was like $1.99, but for the rest, soft covers were $0.99. Yeah, $0.99. And the books I found there were good. I actually gave out one of the books. So the first book that I gave out was called Purpose Driven Life by Pastor Rick Warren. I've gone through it's like a daily devotional book. I went through the book last year and it was amazing. And I borrowed the book from someone. So I realized that I needed to have my own copy. It's that good. One of those books that you need it in your life. But eventually, I actually gave it out to somebody that kind of needed it, and I just, it's like, well, it's 99 cents, and this is definitely going to do something to someone's life, really. So that was one of the books I got. Then the other book, one of the books I picked up was And One More Thing by Shriver. It's not too much. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. Shriver. So Maria Shriver? Am I getting it right? I'm sorry. Maria Shriver, Miss Shriver. I'm really sorry. But I've heard of her before. I know her as like the first lady of former first lady of California when she was married to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And did I get that right? Schwarzenegger. Okay. Yes. Don't judge me with those pronunciations, please. Okay. Thank you. I'm learning. So, so I saw one of her books at Barnes & Noble. I do not remember the title, but it's one of the very recent books. And I was talking to one of the attendants at Barnes & Noble that, just telling them that these are the kind of books I'm interested in now, like books about like spirituality and self-help and just motivational biographies and all. So he suggested one of her new books. I will need to check that and probably let you guys know. And he said it's really good. So, yeah, I mean, he's probably trying to sell stuff from his store, but he definitely wouldn't lie to me about something like that. So, but this one is, and one more thing before you go, I just picked it up because, like, the first thing I saw on the back of the book, it says, you'll need a lot of courage. And it's something that I need right now in my life that I believe, it was just speaking to me. So, I've picked up the book. I will definitely be reading it and probably would make my comments sometime in the future. And just a quote, and just the intro about the book says, Maria talks to young women about how to find abundance and emotional richness and how not to overlook life's most special gifts. So, yeah, that's one of the books I'm going to be reading. I don't know, would this be called a Bookhaul? Please, I know I'm like new to the community, so just don't judge me, thank you. But just let me know, is this a book haul? It's like 4 books, still a book haul. Then the second book, or third book, book, would be A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose by Eckhart Tolle. So I've heard of Eckhart Tolle by, I heard of him from Oprah Winfrey on her Oprah's Super Soul Sessions, like the podcast. She has this podcast that she does on like Google Play and iTunes and all that. So I was listening, and then I came across this book, and I've heard that he's really good, and I've seen people post about his books and everything, and he's a spiritual guide and teacher, and I just thought it would be interesting to just see what that would be about too. And I know some people in my family that probably would also be interested in something that is similar to this. So I just picked it up. If it's not good for me, there might be somebody else in my life that might, or not even in my life, that I can always give it out to and who will be interested in it too. It was a steal, man. Steal, 99 cents. So sharing is indeed caring. So, excuse me, some water. Okay. So Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. When I get the time to, I would definitely go ahead and read it and let you guys know what I think. And if anyone has read it, please no spoilers in the comment section, but please just let me know if it's a good read, if it's a worthy read. Because there's some books that you just go through and you're like halfway through and you feel like, okay, I just want to finish this book for finishing sake. But they're not, speaking to you. Maybe at another time, in like 2 years or something. But at that moment, they're just not speaking to you. So please let me know if it's a good book in terms of like self-help, spirituality, and all those kind of things still helpful. So this is Something That Matters by Blake Mycoskie. And I believe this is the guy that owns Tom's or started Tom's. Tom's, that's a shoe company. The shoe, if you see the sign, you definitely know. That's the thing about branding. Once you see Tom's, the blue, the white stripes, you already know what's, it's talking about, really. And so I picked it up because there were some parts that talked about why this book is for you. You're ready to make a difference in the world through your own startup business, a nonprofit organization, or a new project that you create within your current job. Or you want to love your work for what you love, and have a positive impact on the world all at the same time. Or you're inspired by method, charity, water, and feed projects and want to learn about how these organizations got their start. And you're also curious about how someone who never made a pair of shoes, attended fashion school, or worked in retail created one of the fastest growing footwear companies in the world by giving shoes away. Or you probably are just looking for a new model of success to share with your children, students, coworkers, and members of your community, and you're ready to start something that matters. So I would say I am in the boat. I fit into at least one of those 5 possibilities. And so that's why I picked up the book. So hopefully, has anyone read this? Start Something That Matters, Blake Mycoskie. If anyone has, please just let me know if it's a good read. I also had somebody in mind when I picked up the book, because they're running a nonprofit organization right now, and I thought maybe it would be helpful for them. But, if you also have any thoughts on it, just let me know. Seems like it might be a good book. And last but not least, which I have started now, is The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle. So I just saw this. I saw a couple more books, but I was just like, okay, I'm just going to limit myself because I don't know what to this luggage. But I was just going to limit myself to a few books, and this just happened to make the cuts. I've been reading it. I'm on page 20 or so. No, this is actually page 38, so I thought it was on page 30. But it's the same person that wrote A New Earth, that wrote this. I saw people posting this on Instagram. There's this thing about peer pressure. But yeah, I just thought it would be interesting to see what this is really about. And he sort of made a disclaimer at the beginning in the introduction of the book, just that yes, there's some people that will read this book and will get it, and there's some people that will read it and will be like, what in the world am I reading? I have a confession. I'm only on page 38, and I'm kind of on this side where it's like, okay, what are you trying to do to me, Mr. Tolle? Are you trying to confuse me? I get, the whole spiritual, trying to understand your mind, but there's some things I'm reading and I'm like, but hopefully maybe in a couple of pages down the line, it might start to make sense. I don't know if it made anybody feel that way as well, but I'm just, being honest about how I feel. I might see it differently by the end of the book, or if I have the interest in reading the book again, and I would definitely need to let you know. But so far, those are the books that I picked up from my thrift store. Yes, saying it proudly, because this is something that is going to be useful for me or for people around me or people that I may not know something. So yeah, but that's about it. So we talked about Hoopla and we talked about my books from the thrift store. So let me just, I'll be interested I will be interested in knowing what your thoughts are about using online public libraries or online libraries, and purchasing from the thrift store as well. So till next time, hopefully I would have something good for you to talk about with these books I got. So take care.